Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another episode of the Great Valley Sports Show. My name, it be Ryan. Ryan, what's new? Well, with football, the State Farm Super Bowl, it's still in order, and we also got Sixers and Flyers coverage. So, starting off with football. Last week's divisional winners are going to be playing this week in the conference championship game on Sunday. So, who won their divisional round games? Well, the Packers and Rams played, and the Packers easily handled them, 32-18. Then the Ravens' offense really struggled against the Bills, were only able to put up 3 points, so the Bills won that game. The Browns and Chiefs actually played a relatively close game. The Browns lost a touchdown due to a weird rule where if your ball rolls into the end zone, it's now the opponent's ball. Kind of controversial, but it kind of allowed the Chiefs to handle the Browns late in the game. And then finally, Tom Brady pulls off the upset against Drew Brees and the Saints, so the Buccaneers are moving on. So now you can watch these players play this weekend in Conference Championship Sunday. The first one, the NFC Championship game, will be played at 3:05, and then following that will be the AFC Championship game at 6:40. And now we are moving on over to some Sixers basketball. Between last week and this week, the Sixers actually only played 2 games. One of them was against the Heat, in which the Sixers won, and then one of them was against the Grizzlies, in which the Sixers lost. Between those 2 games, there wasn't really a whole lot to talk about, except for in the Grizzlies game, the Sixers gave up over 20 turnovers. Yikes. And then the other piece of news for the Sixers was that this past Sunday, they were supposed to have a game against the Thunder, but that got postponed due to COVID-19. Aww. But we do have some good news for the Sixers. They will be playing tonight at 7 o'clock against the Celtics, and then you can watch them on Friday as they face the Celtics again, this time at 7:30. And now over to the Flyers. Their season just started this past week, and they actually had a pretty strong start, beating the Penguins in both games. They scored 11 goals total, and even when they weren't playing their best, they still were able to get the job done and get 2 wins against the Pens. Monday night was a lot different for the Flyers, and not in a good way, because they got absolutely destroyed by the Sabres, 6-1 final. Flyers' only goal kind of coming in late in the game. Overall, the team performance was really bad. There were a lot of turnovers, and Carter Hart gave up quite a few goals, having to lead to a goalie change in Brian Elliott. As for Tuesday night's game, well, as of recording this, it hasn't happened yet, but as of airing this, it will, so hopefully, post-editing me will put it right here. So finally, between now and next week's show, the Flyers will be playing 3 times, once on Thursday and once on Saturday against the Bruins, and then once on Tuesday against the Devils. All times are 7 o'clock. And that, ladies and gents, is how we finish up this sports show. We have big football news, we have big basketball news, and we have big hockey news coming up in this next week. Jam-packed sports week. Make sure to tune in next Wednesday where we'll be talking about what happens. But until then, goodbye!